Properly.
We are live now.
I see you a bit, but I can't see you properly. It's dropping.
Just wait.
Pindai mumbati kupei mvura tokupigira icho chono matere mabunu echo chokuno asere tokurungetera imoyenda ndisuwa chokunurira pfine maivini mauya neiko matawa waenda makaha chisambiro maivini mauya nei sawaenda makaha katsukunya ikafika pamutuko kunochiwa tunonaka zuwa rega rega tunonaka tuje tunonaka.
Aiwa, tirikukuonai mukutiteera nhasi. Tatanda kanoiwa nyai broadcast today musi wesondo tina chiremba wedu Dr. Massimo Luisa Guidotti hanging there. We're having problems with the network, but hold on and keep following us. The doctor is trying to connect. We're having problems, but hold on, hang in there. Our followers follow us. We're in studio now. All right. Yes, doctor, I can hear you. Just hang in there. I am connecting with the followers now. We are live now. Just hang in there until people start coming in.
Thank you. Good evening to you all. I think it's good afternoon.
Just hold on, doctor. Just hold on. We'll do the protocols. I'll let you to start talking. Just hold on.
Thank you.
Alright, tatanda broadcast yedu pano pakanoiwa nyai ndini sangwa dzispiwe kachinza mapfumo. Aiwa, nhasi tiri kuita ka problem ke network asi I think will be okay because we've got our wonderful guest right here, Dr. Massimo, who is going to talk to us today. But let me wait a little bit until people coming into the studio. We are going to have to use my phone to connect for him to talk to us. There we are. We're starting. Dr. Massimo, just hold on until later on. I will ask you to come in. We are waiting for our friends who are coming into the studio, who are following us on this program. I see Michelle is there. Chinutsi is there. Doctor, just hold on. I'll tell you when to start talking. All right, people, come on in. I'm waiting for you. Takakumirira inyasi pano. Tine makwerere. Pindai pafacebook muchibva maita like and share with our friends. PaYouTube wari kutiteera paYouTube, follow us. Lillian, hello ndiri kuona Chiutsi, Michelle. Let's wait a little bit kusvika vanhu vedu vauya. Daidzai vamwe nemaselfoni kuti uyai pano pane makuerere naibaka. Aiwa, ndizvozvo muri kundinzwa, asi doctor vari kuita problem nenetwork. Munongoziva network yekwamutoko iri kuramba ichidropa. Aiwa, ndiri kuona vanhu vari kuuya. Peniab, uyai wana Michelle, wana Chiutsi, wana Marigold. Idi maita taitiwa majerasi network asi. He's going to be talking to us per cell phone, and I hope we'll be able to hear what he is saying because he's got a lot of wonderful things to say to us. Pindai. Okay, kwamutoko kwese, kwamadzande kwako, ku All Souls, kususwe, kwanyamukoho kusvika kubhodha uku kwese. Pindai. Okay, aiwa, ndine urombo kuti hamusi kukwanisa kuona doctor because I'm going to have to talk to him on the cell phone because we could not connect. He came into the studio but it dropped off because of the network. So today we'll be talking to you in Chirungu because doctor is Italian. He does not speak Chibuja. Asi Dr. Massimo, I would like to welcome you to Kano Iwanyayi broadcast. It's a pity you're not in the studio with me, but our followers are keenly waiting to hear what you have to tell us. First and foremost, I'll ask you to welcome the followers and tell us who you are, where you're from, and the name of your organization, which is Luisa Guidotti. Come in and welcome the people and then speak to us. Go ahead.
Makadiri, ndi Dr. Massimo Migani di Nogara ku Mutoko, ku Souls. Diriguzi Tachishon, so.
That is too good.
So, sorry.
That is fantastic.
I'm a bad learner.
No, you're doing very well. I just want to ask the followers, can you hear what the doctor is saying? Can you hear him? Pindurai nyorai up wanamisho murukunzga here zvikutarwa na doctor per phone, because we're trying to connect him to talk to us on the phone because he couldn't come into the studio. Oh, fantastic. Yes, Dr. Massimo, thank you so much for letting us know. You know, usually in Mutoko, our custom is when visitors come, we let them go into the house, we welcome them, and we give them a glass of water, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then they tell us they are Mutupo. I don't know what your Mutupo is, but I don't know if you have adopted one by staying in Mutoko. But tell me where you are from, originally from, where you were born, and I don't know what whether you have totems in Italy or not, or tribes or whatever. But tell us a little bit more about your culture.
Well, I came in Mutoko as a missionary in exactly November of 2010. The first time I came to Zimbabwe was in 2005, so it's quite some time ago. And since then I was really hit by the life of the mission in a very positive way, and so I left actually. By then I started coming in and out for my holidays, my leave days, and the more I was coming to Mutoko, the more I was feeling that the Lord was actually calling me to a different life, and so in 2010 I came to join a great doctor who is still very known as Doco. She is the Doco, Dr. Pesaresi, who many people they know here. Here, she passed away 3 years ago now. So I joined her. She was a missionary as well. I come from Italy. We actually come from the same place. It's a fairly small touristic place on the east coast of Italy. It's called Rimini, and by profession I actually grew up as a dentist, where I trained in Bologna, at the University of Bologna, and I graduated in 2003. Then I used to work in Italy, as I was saying. Then until before to come here. In 2014, then I took over the responsibility of being in charge at the hospital as the medical superintendent, where I'm still now. As a background, I would say that mainly, yes, the reason I'm here, as I said, I cannot separate my daily work from the spiritual part of my life, because as I said, I came here and I'm here as a missionary from the Catholic Church under the Archdiocese of Harare. And as a missionary, the luggage, the bags are always ready to leave. But for sure, I feel Mutoko my home, and I'm prepared to spend all my life here.
All right, that is fantastic.
As I said, as a missionary here in the Holy Spirit.
That is fantastic, Doctor, because why I called you today to address us on Kano Iwanyayi and talk to us about the mission, because that hospital plays a huge role in the lives of most people in Mutoko. A lot of people who are following us here, they were either born there or they were raised in the area in Mutoko area, or probably went to school there, or their parents we used to go to church there, or still do that. Their families go to church at at All Souls Mission. It's been there for a long, long time. During the war, it played a very huge role as well. So I found it very important that we bring you in, because a lot of times we kind of forget what's going on out there. We don't really know. And some people who have known it at All Souls Mission, they might wonder, why is it Luisa Guidotti? So all that is that's the reason why we brought you here, so you can talk to us and brief us what's going on at the mission. As I said, it has always been very pivotal into the lives of people in Mutoko. And I'm glad to hear that you came in as a missionary, because a lot of people call it kwafata. I'm sure you've heard people say takwenda kwafata. Kwafata, because of the father, right? Because of the missionary bit. Yes, that the missionaries have played in the role in the growth of All Souls Mission. You can go ahead now. You can. It's all yours. I'm leaving it to you. I'm just chiming in on a few points, but maybe giving you guidance as to which way you can go with your presentation, because it's entirely up to you how you're going to speak to us, because I know there are several services that are under your hospital. Maybe you can talk to us a little bit about how did it become Luisa Guidotti, and the hospital itself, and how do you separate it from the mission and the hospital itself and the services that are being run at the hospital? Take it.
Sure. Thank you. Please, as I cannot see anyone, I would be very grateful if you can here and there stop me and ask questions, or direct me in the most relevant question that you would like to hear. Basically, as a background from the hospital, like you rightly said, the name is Luisa Guidotti Hospital, because it's named after Dr. Luisa Guidotti. Dr. Luisa was an Italian doctor who came during the 60s, because actually she came in 1969 with another missionary from Italy, Sister Caterina Savini. Is actually Sister Caterina is of that group, is the one who's still alive and is now in Italy. She actually retired, but she's still she's in Italy, as I was saying. Mm-hmm. So during the 60s is when, by then, the mission, of course, All Souls Mission, born in the first was by the Jesuits in the 20s. Then in the 1932, the Dominican sister was the first one who actually started a sort of we cannot really call a hospital, because it was like some huts, mm-hmm. where they were in a sort of I would call more a shelter maybe than dispensing medicines and give some sort of assistance to the community. The first doctor came in 1968 and was Dr. Pesaresi, Dr. Marilena Pesaresi, the one who then came back in 1982. And was here with Sister Caterina, as I was saying.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
And just the hospital was renamed in 1976. Then now we are doing as you know, the Liberation War. Mm-hmm. So in 1976 is when the hospital was upgraded to the state of mission hospital. It was really from a sort of a rural center, health center, really what became All Souls Mission Hospital. And that is what the people still they know us for, with this name, All Souls Hospital, mm-hmm. because that was the original name. What happened was that in 1979, and of course the war was to a really very hot moment, and Dr. Luisa was treating, as a medical doctor, was treating everyone, of course. By then, in this area, in the mission, it was actually a keep, mm-hmm. where people, the Rhodesian forces was Luisa was assisting everyone, and of course assisting whoever was a patient, being a citizen or being actually a freedom fighter, I would say. So for this reason, they were actually often treating people during the night, understand or not, with the oil lamp, trying to be sure that they would have not been seen, because otherwise this would have been actually a crime. It was a crime assisting the fighters, by then. But of course, as a doctor, she was really bold. She was really good, and she was really loving the patients. So definitely was assisting everyone, and that for that reason she was now targeted by the Rhodesian forces as a terrorist. To the effect that at a certain point when they treated a patient, now the Rhodesian forces actually put her in jail, and after some few days of actually jail in Chikurubi, she was then now sent for home arrest until after 2 months then was released. Now comes 1979, and Sister Catherine had to go to Italy for an operation at the back, and Dr. Luisa remained as the only foreigner, I would say, by the team of the time. And I'm saying this because then, of course, now the Rhodesian forces actually, there are very beautiful memories of the history of Dr. Luisa, and a couple of weeks before being shot by the Rhodesian forces at Lot, she actually was warned.
Oh Lord. Bear with me, please. I hope we can reconnect to the doctor, because the network is Mambar. It's not doing too good. Because at one point he actually came into the studio and then he dropped off, and then we tried the phone, and now, oh man. Hello? Oh, it's reconnecting. You know, that is always the problem when we get our guests who are in Zimbabwe. The network is really problematic. Sometimes we have no problem. Sometimes we get some of our guests. Sometimes we don't. So let's see if we can get him back, and he can tell us a little bit more about the history of Luisa Guidotti. Pindai tiri kunzwa muri kuona wana Alfred, wana Makusha, wana Marigold, akomana ire akomana. Zvinhu zvacho zvinonetsa zvenetwork izvi. And tinenge tichida chaizvo kuti vanhu vanouya pakano iwanyai vave vanhu vanogara ikoko kumusha vachiuya vachitaura nesu, but problem is always the network. It's disappointing and frustrating for me. Pamwe rega yamboita kufona ari aiti kufona ari, asi aiwa tiri kunzwa zvamuri kunzwawo izvi nhoroondo dzekuti paAll Souls Mission uyu Luisa Guidotti kuti zvakafamba sei, akagara ipapo kunguva yakadii, nerole yaakaitawo during the war, kusvika apfurwa nemasoja palot pai vanobva kwamutoko munopaziva palot pa10 inoenda kupi kuAll Souls Mission, ndo paakapfurwa nema-Rhodesian soldiers ipo pai, pakuti akanga achibatsira ma-freedom fighters kuita kurwa whatever they could do, achiwapa mishonga, achiwachengetedzawo, kana wauya ipapo achiwapa mishonga yekutakura kuenda unobatsira vamwe vakomana vanga vari musango. Asi tinoziva zvaiitika mazuva iyayo. Handichaziva kuti panapa zvakufamba sei, but bear with me. Let's see if we can get him back. Ari kutaura nhoroondo dziri kufadza chaizvo, anga asati atombosvika pekutitaurira kuti saka maservices ari available pafata ndeapi. Hospital yakura yane, it has always been there, and vanhu vazhinji vari apa munozviziva, wana Marigold pamwe handizive kuti kwenyu padhuze neikoko here, asi vazhinji vari kutiteera panapa munoziva All Souls Mission. dai tikakwanisa kuita another kana 20 minutes achititsanangurira tingatendi, but handichaziva kuti zvakufamba sei. Bear with me, let's hope we can get him back. Nhasi ndiri kuona makanyarara hapana ari kubvunza mubvunzo handichaziva kuti muri kundinzwa here kana kuti ndiri kutaura ndega, but bear with me. Regai timboona. Ndo zvatinoti kana pamwe unenge usina neproblem yese and maguests they come in very easily and wachinyatsotaurawo zvakanaka tisina problem, but munozivawo network yekumusha kuti yakaita sekunyanya kwedu ko kwamutoko uko kwamadzande kwarusozi uko kwaroti, you can imagine what it's like, but tida kunzwa nyaya dzinotibata mwoyo yedu ngekuti tisu vanhu vacho vanobva kupi kwamutoko ikoko. Dr. Massimo, please come in. Bongi ndiri kukuona tiri pano asangwadzi idika moroi tiripo ana misho moroi. Aiwa ega timboti tione kuti zvinofamba sei. Kachirongwa kedu kanga kachifadza fanaka zvino takanganiswa zvinenge zvakuda kutoti next time waende kwamutoko kana anine broadcast ozodriver kudzoka kwafata kwakeko kana tapedza program, because kunototodini kona ndinyepe ndinyepe ndimi muri kunditeera toita sei nenyaya yatinayo yaDr. Massimo wadropa over. What do we do? Because ndiri kwafona, I guess the connection is not even doing on the it was this suggestion which let's use phone, which I never thought of. Irene mauya Dr. wanga wari pafoni apa zvaita haikona mushe network yekwafata haisi kuita mushe ndofunga watombotaura nesu. Hello? Oh God. Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think it's ringing because it's just ringing and not going through. And I was hoping anondifona kunoku. I don't know which is pharmacy. What are your suggestions, followers? Do we reschedule or what do we do? Or do we give him 5 more minutes to not anombata here, doctor? Isu tinobva kudowa suro nemudzi river chitekwe nekatsukunya tiri kuzviona. Irene wauyawo wachijoina little late, doctor wanga wachitaura apa wamheno zvaita network pekare, and ndiri kuedza kuwafona and the phone is not big because I think the network when you know how it is when it's bad and you can't even get through. Tikuredza kutarisa kuti pamwe wachafona back, no. Kuti pamwe wachatry futi kuita get into the studio, no. Ndoda masuggestion kubva kwamuri. Do we reschedule our program to next week? Toita sei? Ndine urombo waita ako munoziva tinenge tichidaka kuti zvibva zvangoti but zvinhu zvetechnology is a bit tricky. Mungoziva broadcasting yedu hatizi muoffice, hatina office where we invite someone in studio. Tinongorely on this, and because as I said broadcast yedu ndema-community and ma-communities hatinoseva ndivanhu vari kwamutoko, saka panoita dambudziko kana network isipo isiri kuita. Asi I think you can tell us about what they're working on. No, I don't want to to let the cat out of the bag. I want him to explain to you vachikutsanangurira izvo vari kuita. Vane mabasa akawanda. All I can tell you kuti vane dental services, as you said, E&D dentist, and vane a hospital for children, and also I think I read somewhere where they have for vana vanenge vafirwa wayo vane orphanage ipapo, and they have great stuff yavari kuita neHIV ikoko kwavo ikoko, plus vane programs avanoita nemamwe kuHarare, where they work with them and they come over there to do cataracts removal, which I thought was going to be very good. He himself was going to tell us a little bit more about that. So I really think we have to reschedule, because I see tatoapa 12:25 and angotaura for like 5-10 minutes shit. So Kaunye, sorry, I don't know what Marigold is saying. Kaunye, sorry. Yeah, you know what? I think let's reschedule this program, and then I will see what date usually he can do on Sundays. But next week on Sunday, I have somebody programmed, and I'll see if he can do it on a Saturday. Tinenge chizodaidzira panhingirikeni apa paFacebook tichiti Dr. Uya adzoka, Dr. Massimo akudzoka, is the medical superintendent wepaLuisa Guidotti Hospital. Anga achiti panhoroondo yekuti Luisa Guidotti wacho akambotanga sei vanhu eswanibva kwamutoko munopadziwa sepafata kana paAll Souls Mission, but that hospital was named after her for the work that she did in Mutoko nekusenzawo nevamwe vanhu venharaunda iyo. Saka paakafa they wanted to commemorate the place and give it her name, kuti Luisa Guidotti Hospital. Mamunzwa Dr. akutogonawo kuti makadii takasimba semunhu anogara kwamutoko. Tamubvunza kuti kuna ane mutupo tsere, ati aiwa bandiribe mutupo. Saka anyway, tofunga nhasika, let's reschedule this program, and then I'll come back to you and I'll post, and then I'm hoping that I'll be able to get him, and kana zvichikwanisika kana ari muHarare, because anomboenda kuHarare toita program ari muHarare panenge pari nani. Ini ndinokutendai nekutiteera kwamunoita. I appreciate your following and your support and believing in our program. Yekano Iwanyai is getting bigger. We are now nearly 8 months programming. Saka ndinodaira tinoramba tichienderera mberi. Ndozokupostirai tozonzwa kuti tiri papi. Muwane zuva rakanaka, kana kumushako mwechirara zvakanaka, tozobatana pamberi. Maita henyu. Ndini Sangwa Dzisipiwe Kachidza Mapfumo, ndine urombo nezvaitika nhasi, but unongoziva technology. Okay, everybody.